Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm just going to jump in with Active Moist by Dermalogica as my daily moisturizer. And then I'm going to use the Dr. Perricone Eye Cream. This is going to help reduce a look of fatigue or darkness in the under eye area. After our eye cream, we're going to go in with the C plus Lemongrass Radiance Oil by Cover FX. It has vitamin C in it to reduce the look of pigmentation and to just make your skin look overall healthy and glowy. And we're going to press that in using a moist beauty blender. We got to let that seep in for a little bit, and we're going to start with our brows using the Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia in the shade Medium. My favorite brush to use with this pomade is the number 15 brush by Anastasia. I start by framing out the tail of my brow and then connecting the rest of my brow to the highest section of my arch. And then I do the lower rest of my brow. Once I have the framework going, I just fill that in. Always in the arch area first, and then whatever excess product I have, I put that in the more front area of my brow. After that, we're going to go over the hair with the Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade 5. And this is just to keep the hairs groomed and in place for the rest of the day. Once we have the general shape of our brows, we're going to go in with the MAC brush 248 to chisel out the shape, making sure it is absolutely perfect. I always start with the arch area and then connect the rest of the brow to the arch. Once we achieve the shape we want, we're going to go in with the Sigma brush E25 to blend out the concealer. And I'm using my favorite Kevyn Aucoin eyelash curler. I'm going to start at the base, put the curler into my crease line, and then curl every length of my lashes to make sure they stay curled all day long. If anyone has pin straight down lashes, this technique is definitely going to work for you to keep them curly all day. And I make sure to use a lightweight formula. Most waterproof mascaras are going to be more lightweight than regular mascaras. So I'm going to prime my lashes with the Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara by Too Faced. I just apply a thin layer first, and then I go in with the MAC Bold and Bad Lash to add more volume. I also love using the smaller brush that this mascara comes with. The formula I noticed is water resistant. It's very good, very long lasting. I like to use it in the outer and inner corners of my lashes, and of course you can use it on the bottom lashes as well. After the lashes, we're going to go in with the MAC 24-Hour Primer, and we're going to use the Sigma blending brush in the E25. And you just start in the center of the lid and work your way outward. And since we're fluctuating between brushes, I'm going to go in with my Berman brush cleaner. It is a disinfectant, has 99% alcohol, and is quick drying. So we can go right in with the next color, which is No Me Queda Más by the Selena collection. And we're going to apply that in the transition crease area, making sure that the outer corner is closed with a soft taupey color. And after that, we're going to use the Mariah Carey Collection Quad by MAC. We're going to pick up the color How You Thrill Me with a regular shader brush. This is by Crown Brushes, nothing fancy. You can find this anywhere. Pick up that darker brown color and apply it in the outer corner of the eyes. But you don't want to go all the way out. We want to make sure that we're giving the illusion of an open corner look. And going back with that Selena color just to blend out those corners, making them look nice, soft, subtle, and effortless. And then we're going to go in with the pointed contour eye brush. For the very inner corners, we're reapplying that dark color in the Mariah Carey Quad just to deepen that darkness. And keep blending until your hands fall asleep. Now we're going to go in with the Let Me Pop Paint Pot by MAC. Apply that in the center of the lid and blend it around the edges, but don't move the product. And we're just setting this up to enhance the Mariah Carey color that we're going to apply, which is Whenever You Call in that same quad. And again, you want to apply it in the center of the lid, blend the outer edges without moving the color too far out. And to be considered a halo eye, we're going to bring that color a little bit higher than the brown outer corners, giving it that halo illusion. Now we're going to use the black waterproof duo eyelash glue on our Demi Wispies from Namies and Sherman Oaks. And I'm going to apply the center of the lash first, then the outer corner, and then the inner corner. And I always make sure to secure that inner corner as many times as I need to make sure it doesn't move around later in the day. After applying my lashes, I'm going to go in with complexion. I'm using 3 different foundations this time around: Cover FX, Kevyn, Aucoin, and I'm including the Lustre drops from MAC just to add a little bit of radiance. And I'm using the Stipple brush by Jane Iredale and using the opposite end to mix them all together. I apply it to the apples of my cheekbones first and then blend my way outward in a downward stipple motion to make sure everything looks naturally blended and making sure my skin still looks like skin. And be sure to blend that out down to the jawline, the outer corners of the face, the hairline, to make sure there's no discrepancies and inconsistencies in color. And I always like to apply concealer after my foundation in the areas that the foundation just didn't provide enough coverage, which would be my under eye area and the areas that cause more shadow. I'm using the Mineralized Concealer by MAC. And just a moist beauty blender to blend that out. After blending with the Beauty Blender, I'm going to go in with the Crown Fluffy brush to get into the deep inner corners of my eyes where the Beauty Blender just couldn't reach. After making sure there are no creases in my liquid foundation, I'm going to go in with the Cover FX Mattifying Translucent Setting Powder, which happens to be talc-free. It will not give you any flashback, and using the MAC 128 brush, it's going to add a nice thin layer of setting powder so that you don't have to bake and over dry your skin out. After a nice thin layer of setting powder, we're going to go in with Studio Fix powder. I use the shade NC42, and I'm just going over the areas that I would like a little bit more coverage. And because this shade is about half a shade darker than I like to use it to sculpt my cheekbones. After the translucent setting powder, we're going to go in with the MAC Biana Bronze by the Fruity Juicy collection, which was a limited edition. And we're using the contour brush by MAC, which is number 168. And I like to go upward in circle motions to make sure that I get the powder underneath my microscopic hairs and downward on the jaw area to create more sculpting. So you're going to apply bronzer wherever the sun would naturally tan you, so on the very top of your forehead as well. Now that we're nice and bronzed, we're going to go in with the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D using the Fan Brush by MAC, which is the number 134. And I like to use the 2 lighter shades in the Contour palette by Kat Von D on my cheekbones and the darker shade on my jaw area. Using a shader brush by MAC, I'm going to just chisel out the contour of my nose using the lightest shade in the contour palette. Now we're just going to go ahead and set our makeup with the oil-free Skindinavia setting spray. And for our highlighter, we're going to use the new DESIxKATY highlighter in the shade Fuego by Dose of Color, and we're going to apply that with the Japanesque 915 Fluffy Concealer Brush. I know it's a concealer brush, but it's really, really good for highlight, you guys. You just go back and forth in the highest area of your cheekbone until you see that Fuego. And I love applying my highlight on the bridge of my nose and my forehead for extra radiance, and also on my Cupid's bow. And I'm going to go in again with that Crown shader just to add the highlighter in my brow arch as well, my brow bone, I'm sorry. Now we're using the Amazement blush by, again, Dose of Color. This is also a new limited edition collection. I'm so excited for them. Dose of Color, you guys are doing awesome. And with that blush, we're just going to go in with the Elina Badro blush brush. We're going to dust it onto the apples of our cheekbones and bring it a little bit higher up for a nice natural flush. And for lipstick, we're going to use the No Shade Katie and Desi Dose of Color collection lipstick. This is a beautiful nude color, you guys. This would look amazing on anyone that's porcelain, light, medium, or even medium deep complexion. And just to add a little bit of contour, I'm going to add the Nice and Spicy Lip Liner by MAC on the outer edges of my lips. And of course, we have to use the over-the-top lip gloss on top of this beautiful nude color, again by that Katy Desi or DESIxKATY collection by Dose of Colors. Go get it now, you guys. We have it at Mamie's. We have a bunch in stock. And if you are a makeup artist, cosmetologist, hairstylist, SAG member, you get some kind of discount off of it. So come and check out this beautiful new collection. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love your support. Go ahead and leave your comments in the section below and any questions that you guys have. Love you. Bye.